shuts down his heart. Does anyone realize how fast we're growing old? Does no one see we start dying from the start? Does anybody know why a man will choose not to feel? Does anyone look close enough to know what's real? What does it take for you to break down and cry? Must you always wait for me to say goodbye? I don't know just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love. How much longer can I wait till you love me back? What must I do to make you pledge to me? Can you even tell me, boy, if I'm on the right track? Or have you locked up your heart and thrown the key? I don't know just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love. What if it's love? Just what's behind those eyes. I don't know what makes you laugh or cry. I don't know just what's behind those eyes. It could be nothing, or it could be love.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Half Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
Welcome to Friday Smooth Jazz.
Smooth Jazz Friday, brought to you.
The Vendetta lady.
Brought to you by Ginetta's Vendetta. She is on her way. We're going to have some live jazz music coming to you from the Brooklyn Cafe show today. So I kind of got in my jazzy Puerto Rican in the Heights kind of mood today. One thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other, just so you know. There's absolutely no jazz going on in the Heights.
Can we put that thing on the bottom of the screen?
Dawn's disclaimer.
Can we disclaim her?
Disclaim all of me.
Puerto Rican jazz hat.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like Jazzy Friday, Puerto Rican, brought to you by Gubba Rum and Dignity Memorial.
Okay.
Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you.
It's been a little bit, as the kids say, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I'm not sure how that one came to be, but it's been a minute since we've got to see all of our friends out there in TV land. So happy Friday to you.
When was the last time we did a show?
Wednesday.
So it hasn't been a minute. It was just Wednesday.
Well, it's Wednesday.
Dawn panics. He says, we didn't do no shows this week.
I know, but we...
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, Monday we weren't here.
Where were we?
It was 4th of July.
Really?
Yes. Oh, I forgot to do Week in Review again. I got to do that, Val. Remind me. Got to do Week in Review before she leaves today.
Why do you have to do that?
Because we got to do our weekend review. 4th of July, some behind the scenes things that we got going on. We've got Wayne Henry with us today of Dignity Memorial. We've got our good friend Veronica Thibeau joining us all the way from Naples. She tried to come in last week. Our connection was not so clear. So she drove all the way over here to the East Coast, and she's going to talk to us about credit repair. Our good friend and host, Faith Washington, is in the house. We've got Ginetta's Vendetta joining us. I met Ginetta last week at Grapes Wine Bar and Bistro in Oakland Park by our good friend Lenore Nolan Ryan. And Lenore is out on a ship cooking for a month on a girls' trip.
She's on a what?
On a ship.
Or a ship.
Cooking for the ladies for a month. So Dana Scoff was there, and I met Ginetta, and her voice is amazing. She's between here and New York, and you know, before you go back to New York, you just got to come do some Friday jazz at the cafe.
And you know, I got to make fun of her when she comes.
I know you
Because
will.
there's no way in the world she's going to be here by 11. She says, 11? I don't get up till 1.
It's still morning, but she texted me she was on her way, so she should be here shortly. A lot of stuff happening. New set change. Cheers to you. Happy Friday. We're changing it up a
Friday.
little bit.
I remember, this reminds me of those two ladies that were on Channel 7. You remember them?
Hoda and Kathy Lee.
Yeah, and they used to drink wine on the set, and they were always drunk. And they finally had to get them off the set because they started humming and singing.
I think I started humming a long time. I'm singing In the Heights. Slick and I have been listening to this for 2 days already.
And I'm not going to.
Piragua.
I'm not going to the movies to see it.
Wayne says, oh, you're doing that too? Piragua. So I'm trying to rock my hat, although you seem to rock it a whole lot better.
I don't rock it. You told me this hat, my hat has a thing on the side there.
I like it a lot.
My hat has wardrobe change. And I got to tell you, my agent, wherever you are, because I don't have one, I got to complain. I don't have a wardrobe setup. She does. And she put my hats on the floor.
No.
They were on the floor.
It must have fallen. I would
In
never.
a pile.
I would never.
In a pile.
They must have fallen with the lost check. Yeah, you're getting the full gamut of me is all I can say. So sorry.
Now I say piragua.
Piragua.
All right.
Let's get right into it. We've got Wayne joining us. Wayne came today. Just so you know, I always talk about walking the walk. We had a great shows lined up last night on WWNN, our 7 and our 7:30. And our 7 o'clock was hosted by our new host and friends, Alana Schur, and she is currently Miss St. Pete, the reigning Miss St. Pete until November's, and then she gets to crown the new St. Pete. She came up third runner-up in Miss Florida a couple weeks ago, and she is now working with us to help grow her platform, which is all about the arts, and it's called TAP, so Tap It Out for arts in education, arts enrichment. So she actually said to me, her mother yesterday, what is your platform? I'm sure you know what your platform is, and I said, you know, it's always about empowerment and walking the walk, which leads me to Wayne Henry. And when we had our ladies' night, all the women said, wow, you did your arrangements and you put it all together. And I did, and we actually finalized it today. I could not even fake that I could read that contract, Wayne, without my glasses. So I had to excuse myself, get my glasses and read that fine print, actually just sign it because I trust Wayne implicitly that all my I's are dotted, my T's are crossed, and...
So we're all going up there
Yes.
to do a little...
A little remote up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to lay down and...
I don't think I'm going to do that, but we should send the drone up and take a look around.
Yeah, you got everything in place now, Dawn.
I'll lay down. I'll put on your hat. I'll be you.
But it's all taken care of, so I thank you, Wayne, for
Everything.
taking
My
care
pleasure.
of the
I
contract
appreciate
again.
you, Dawn. I appreciate you for walking the walk and being a great example to our viewers. Someone, you know, healthy, years in advance, putting arrangements in place is what we're all about. Best
Lucky.
case scenario, doing that ahead of time. But you've literally got everything now in your plan, all set, and we've made it, you know, affordable. We've got a nice payment plan. Heaven forbid something happens to you prematurely, we've got you covered. It's what we're all about. So
Down to the butterflies.
Yeah.
Down to the
Down to the
butterflies
butterfly
and the caterer.
release
It's all
and the party
taken care of.
and
Hold on, there's food?
Yeah, now you want to come? Now we'll come. Butterflies
Well,
and
hold on,
food. He's
hold on,
like,
the butterfly-
even a bar.
No, the butterfly's not something. The butterfly's
I even
off the
allocated extra money. Wayne goes, you don't
You
have
got
to
a
give so
bar?
much money to food and liquor.
Well,
It's
hold on a
okay."
second.
Now you're going to come.
Well, hold on a second. What kind of liquor? What kind of food?
It depends. Top shelf or premium. We'll have to see how the economy is by then.
Wow.
I know.
You know, it's like they say, I'm sorry to see you go, but if you're leaving food, I'd love to see you walk away.
You know what? Because, listen, the way you and I live is we live life. And I hope that's how I get remembered. I know that's how you say, is that you want to be remembered the way you live. And no sadness. Just have some glitter and
you-
sparkles and have a drink.
You're putting me on the spot here
Why?
because now I want to have a parranda for my last.
In the Heights. Piranda.
No, not Piranda. Parranda.
Aranda, Piragua, whatever you got to do.
Now Wayne is changing it up a little bit because Wayne, I don't know yet. Wayne, you
Through
have
this
the
whole
book,
month
right?
of July.
Yeah, so we encourage everyone to find out,
okay.
what we're doing, find out what we can do for you. Unfortunately, this is something that everyone needs sooner or later, and we encourage you well in advance, like you guys, even younger. We've had, I've had adult sons come in with their mothers who've recently lost their husbands, who've ended up doing their pre-arrangements as well at the same time as their moms. A couple of them, recently in their late 20s. So, that's really the best case scenario, doing it, 50 years in advance. It doesn't happen very often. We know that's not normal, but it makes a lot of sense in many ways, because when you put your pre-arrangements in place, we're locking in the price. This can never go up for you. And that's transferable anywhere in our network, and we are the largest network of funeral homes and cemeteries anywhere in the world, but our network is 2,800 locations throughout North America, including Canada and Puerto Rico. So we encourage everyone to explore those options. Everyone we meet, we give one of these. It's our personal planning guide, and this is where you can, if nothing else, even if you don't feel that you financially can put your pre-arrangements in place, and we're always eager to go over those options with you. I guarantee you, we can make it affordable for anyone. You can at least put the basics in place. We can do payment plans up to 10 years. It is affordable for anyone. But you can do the basics, or like you, Dawn, we can put everything in there, including catering, butterflies, whatever you want, and still we can make that affordable. You don't have to pay a large amount to get those prices locked in. We can do various payment plans. It's a good idea. But even if you say, look, any amount is just more than I can handle right now, I just encourage you, to at least sit down, sit with us, look at the different options, look what we're talking about. If nothing else, we'll give you one of these, and this allows you to at least record, what you're thinking about, and other information that's going to be helpful for your family. Heaven forbid something happened to you unexpectedly, or one of your loved ones. So we see a lot of people where their parents haven't done this. They know it's going to be their responsibility, and they want to plan this ahead of time, before it happens, just to make their own lives easier when that day comes. Regardless, whether it's for you or one of your loved ones, we just encourage you to sit down with me or one of my colleagues, and we've got 250 locations throughout Florida, 2,800 throughout our network. If nothing else, meet with us. At least decide, do you want cremation or burial? There's a lot of options around there. We can help you put together a plan. Whether you fund that now or not is up to you, and we give you those different options. It's a good idea to do it. So we've done this for a long time, over 50 years. We have 50 years of data. The data clearly shows prices have been doubling every 7 to 10 years.
And people are writing in, Wayne, what if they move?
Yeah, it's a great question. So once you have your pre-arrangements in place with Ginetti Memorial, that is transferable in the future to any of our other locations. Even if you purchase cemetery space with us, and you end up moving to another state, we can now transfer your cemetery plot or crypt or cremation space throughout the Ginetti Memorial Network as well, no additional charge. So that's a great question. It's future-proof.
People think what's happening right now, there's like this great migration to Florida, out of Florida, Idaho, whatever it is, but people are looking to make arrangements, but they want to make sure they're protected. I think people are looking for the right type of vehicles, the right investments. Housing market is booming, getting all your ducks in a row, especially after the catastrophic event at Surfside. Oh my gosh. And what people are saying with Surfside is that 6 degrees of separation, everyone knows somebody that has been affected by Surfside, whether you know them directly or it's a friend of a friend or it's a sister or a sister's friend. It was like this great melting pot, which to me, again, is like this metaphor for what life is. And maybe it's another sign that says, you know what? We may pass together. We should all live in peace together as well.
Yeah, and I get it. No one wants to think about dying.
Who would ever think?
No one wants to think about that. Most people assume they're going to die of old age, which I hope that is the case for everybody.
Right.
But unfortunately, you're not guaranteed that, and something unexpectedly can happen, whether it's a sudden illness or, heaven forbid, some accident. You never know when that day is going to come, but we do know 100% it will come sooner or later, hopefully later. So it makes good sense to put your arrangements in place. And the main motivation for the families that I'm meeting is they know that if that's in place, whatever the circumstances, it's going to make it easier for their family when that time comes.
Well, this is living benefit. You know, I mean, I know what he deals with, but I'm looking at what you have in here, and there's two sections that I think are vital. One is the person's legacy, which talks about what was their favorite color. What did they, I mean, there are certain specific questions in here, and then the other one is financial information. Now, this one, this financial information stuff is vital as a living benefit.
Yeah.
Because you know how many spouses, my aunt being one, did not know anything about finances for Willie's
When he passed.
when he passed. She didn't know anything. She didn't know who to pay for what. She didn't know any of this information. So this in itself, this page, which seems simple, like you should know, you know how many people don't know?
Yeah, so this is designed to be a comprehensive journal for your family. So when that day comes, it's going to answer over 90% of the questions they're going to have. And it gives you an opportunity to leave information that's going to be helpful for your family, for the service. You know, you can write details about what you want, music, food, instructions there, but also other information that's crucial for the family, enclosing the estate, where to send death certificates. Number one crime right now in America is identity theft, and a large part of these criminals are actually targeting people who've just passed, trying to get lines of credit against them before the family has a chance to submit death certificates.
Wow.
So that's what that page is really intended for, so the family can act quickly to send death certificates, you know, to all the banks and credit card companies that the person has, so that can eliminate that
And you've
theft.
got a big promotion now through July 31st at Neptune Memorial Reef.
Yeah, so one of the options we have, if you are considering cremation, is we have the Neptune Memorial Reef down in Miami, Biscayne Bay. It's the one of a kind. It's a man-made reef in the ocean where it's really cool. It's made to look like the lost city of Atlantis. If they were able to find it, I'd like to show a little video they took at the headquarters there. But basically, your cremated remains are mixed with concrete into a shape, either part of the main reef, or we can do a fun shape like a starfish or a mermaid, a turtle, where you get a copper plaque, and it's on the reef. So it's basically an underwater cemetery,
Right there.
but it's actually bringing back sea life to what was Barents Sea. That's what I've chosen to do. That's what I'm doing. It's a bit of fun. If you got an ocean lover, someone in the family who likes the water, it's a great option. If you already have the cremated remains of a loved one, we can help you place that now, or you can prearrange, choose your place and shape, and get that set up beforehand. On the day, when we take the shape out to place it on the reef, families can we can help you charter a boat, come out with us. We take a video when we're placing it there. There was one family I helped recently. Her husband passed away. She loved this idea. She did a scattering over the reef. We offer that as well. It's only $5.95 to scatter. She actually purchased a rock salt urn, which dissolves in water in about 4 hours. And we took a video, and they placed it down on the reef with his plaque on the reef. They chartered a boat to go out. All the family was there. They had a celebration. They had catering on the boat. That was their final farewell. So that's kind of a fun option. They've got a great discount going on this month. If you choose a shape on the reef for prearrangement, we can get 15% off with 15% down payment. The balance is in a 0% interest payment plan for 5 years. So it makes it very affordable. And there are different choices of different shapes and things to go on the reef.
Then you just get it taken care of.
Exactly.
Teddy,
So
do we have the clip?
okay. All right. So we can.
Wonder
So that's a
if-
great
do you
option.
have it?
If you don't want to consider cremation or around cremation, a lot of other options we can help you with. We do say that it's best to decide what you want for your final resting place. We know that a lot of people have done their cremation and then family members have it in the house and they don't know what to do with it. So we're actually doing another offer. This is actually strictly for Brooklyn Cafe viewers. If you do have a loved one's remains in your home, you're responsible for that, you're not sure what to do, we're offering free scattering at our 2 cemeteries, one in Lake Worth and one in West Palm Beach. So we can do a scattering in our cemeteries for free. You may want to choose to purchase a small plaque there's a kind of a memorial there in our ossuary, which we would do the scattering there in the ossuary. You can choose to purchase that, or you might want to choose something else in the cemetery. So you can do that. There are a lot of very affordable options there. Lots of things you can do with cremated remains. If you're more traditional, want to do the burial, of course, we can help you there as well within one of our cemeteries. But the main thing is we really just encourage everybody to give it some thought. Even if you don't secure your arrangements, at least make it known to your family what you would want if something happened to you unexpectedly. I just had a sad case this week. Family called me saying, "Oh, my mom's in hospice. It's not going to be too much longer." I was actually supposed to meet them this morning, and I got a call last night saying she passed away. So it happens.
Table. Making the plans is so important, and I love that you're always there. Well, we'd like to think for Wayne for good things, and we do. We talk about you being in Japan. We talk about all these great things that you've done. But we also know you're always there when people call. And Jackie, if you wanted to talk to his female counterpart, then we can get you in touch with Jackie Green as well. And you've taken care of it all.
There's a lot of us around. So
what's the best way to get in touch with you?
I spoke to Veronica earlier before the show. She's joined our Dignity Memorial Funeral Benefit Program. And basically that gives companies or organizations access to discounts, minimum of 10% for any funeral, cemetery, but also any pre-arrangements for their employee, their spouses, and both of their parents, grandparents, anywhere in our network. Depending on the organization, you can also offer that to your clients. So I know Brooklyn Cafe have joined, so that's open to all of, not only you and all of your staff, but also any viewer, any listener gets minimum 10% off anything you purchase, or heaven forbid, someone passes away, it's for a funeral or a cemetery space, which is unheard of.
I just got 10% off what we just added, so thank you for that.
Correct.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, let's talk to our good friend, our new friend, Veronica Thibeau. We've got Faith with us. Ginetti Vendetta. Slick, have you eaten? Yeah. So you ready to roll? Yeah. No more child play? Child play. I'm messing with you. Stay tuned. Give us a call. Check out our new phone lines, 888-994-4995. Studio A, as our executive producer says. Let's check that out. Join our conversation, and we will be right back.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage. energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back.
And we are back. We're talking to Slick. Slick went on an adventure last night. He was a secret hopper, which means he went to an undisclosed brewery in South Florida. And he got to drink and have some food and had to write a review. So we're going to be interviewing the company next week. So they're kind of doing an intake with him right now. They want to do a call to see what he thought of it, the atmosphere, the food, the service, the beer. It's kind of cool though, right?
Yeah, what a life this guy has.
I know. We send him around. We do what he's got to do.
Perfect reason I got this finger.
Back scratcher? You know, sometimes when you and I do the same things, we don't realize that I try and capture it. Last week I was doing this and you were doing this at the same time. It's really weird. You would think like we actually rehearse what we do.
But that thing is very scary.
Why?
Because it's huge, it's glittery, and then you're holding Wayne Dignity Memorial's
That
urn
is
thing,
what
so.
she said. It's huge and glittery. Anyway, let's talk to Veronica Thibeau, our good friend who came all the way over from Naples. We're talking about credit repair, and I'm glad that Veronica has now joined the Dignity Memorial Business Program for 10% off for anyone in her network, as we have at the Brooklyn Cafe and Ant Media Productions. 10% off for anyone not only that works with us, but anyone that's listening and watching our show also can receive 10% off when you contact Wayne, 561-654-9000.
That's right. Yeah, and we've got 250 locations in Florida. So no matter where you are, we can help you out. And even if you're farther than that, I can help you get in contact with my colleagues in other states or Canada or even Puerto Rico.
You got a chance to talk to Veronica. Welcome to this coast of Florida.
Thank you.
I can't believe you came all the way over here. That's really cool.
Yeah, actually, the reason why I'm here early is because tomorrow we have a Super Saturday, and we're gonna have the big event for, you're gonna meet all the big top leaders, and these people are making 6, 7, 8 figures, and they're gonna talk about us, about how to get our, grow our business. So that's why I'm here.
And that's through credit repair?
Yes.
So since you were on the show last week, I kept saying to people, did you hear that student loans have been forgiven? Nobody knows this information. I think you are the keeper of the gate for this one.
It's funny because I get phone calls all the time that, my student loans are going to be forgiving, that I need to call a special number, this and that. We do credit repair as well. We can delete your student loans as well, and we can delete a lot of things too from your credit. So,
Now, does it mean if you don't let's just assume you don't need credit repair, but you have student loans, you will still work with the client, yeah?
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
What do they need to do? Just call you?
They just need to call me. We can talk about it. We can do a 3-way with my business partner. And if they are interested, we go ahead and send them the link. They do the application from home. And then we do, I help them with the process. You're not alone doing it, so.
How much information do they need to give you? Is it pages and pages of paperwork?
No pages, no, at all. We do a credit for $1 as a sign up first, and then we see how bad your credit is, and then we go from there. Basically, the bureau send you the letters It's very simple. The only thing you have to do is send a copy of your ID, driver's license to the bureau, sign it, send it to the post office. It's very simple. So
And you have an initiation fee. I guess a startup
for
consultation.
customers is $188 down and $89 a month. It can take from 4 to 6 months or longer, depends on how bad your credit is. Or you can become an agent, and it will be $299. You get all your service for free if you sign 5 people in the business. So either way, you still get your credit fixed. And you can work from home as well. So.
Now, one of the things that people were asking me the last time you were here, a lot of business owners had to stop because there was so much craziness going on and they couldn't keep the doors open.
Yep.
And there were still creditors that they had to pay. So a lot of creditors either did business and say, okay, don't worry about it when you get back, and then they didn't get back, and all of a sudden the credit, because a lot of people sign personally for merchandise, right?
Yes.
It's not always the business. Sometimes you got to sort of put up your name and credit to get it done. So there's a whole bunch of people that got in touch with me that's talk about how they need help to get back and try to make deals with the creditors. Do you work with that?
We work with that as well. Like one of my business partners, he just got his credit score up to 700, and he's been in the business for a little while. He's a sales director, and we basically help with any problem. I have bad credit. I have 2 repossessions myself. I have super bad credit, and my credit's going up there to almost the 600 club. So everybody got, bad conditions. We still fix the problem, and we erase it.
And last week you said it didn't take so long to fix the problem. We could maybe start
It could be
getting your
4 to
credit back in a
6
couple
months.
months.
It depends how bad your credit is. I have a customer right now. She's from Puerto Rico. She just got 5 things in her credit. She just got 2 of them removed. So we have to do another 45 days in dispute letter, send them out, and then wait 45 days to see if we can get those 3 items taken out of her credit.
Okay, now I'm going to talk to you something that happened to me that's still on there.
Okay.
You know how you change phone carriers? So you go from one company to another because this company is cheaper and they're going to give you the same service, if not better.
Okay.
So this company is a little bit teed off, I get it. But if you send them the phone, then you're supposed to get the credit for doing that.
Yeah.
So you send the phone. I don't got the phone.
Okay.
Never got the credit.
You never do you have a receipt for the credit?
I
Do
got
you have
nothing
any-
for the credit. They gave me the little baggie. Send it in and we'll give you the credit.
Okay.
And they didn't do nothing. As a matter of fact, now they're telling me I never sent it in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did send it in. What am I going to do with 5 phones that I don't need? I did send it in. And now they're attacking my credit, saying that I owe the money.
Oh, because you never sent. They don't think you ever sent the phones back.
So I said to them, are you insane? So I made copies of the packages.
That's the best way to do it, is make copies of everything.
No, they said
Either that, you might have to call the bureau, the 3 bureaus, and send that out and say, listen, I pay for this. This should be out of my credit, and it should be removed.
Wow. It's nuts. What was happening when this whole thing was turning upside down?
Because T-Mobile and AT&T and all that, you can pay the bill and pay the bill and pay the bill. But if you don't have no proof, it's still going to be in your credit. As long as you call the bureau numbers, all 3 bureaus, and reported it that you pay it, just have the receipt was going to help you take it away from you.
And do you know, the reason I left this company is because I found out I was paying, you could pay this or you could make the minimum payment, right? So you know what that minimum payment means? You're not paying the bill.
No.
You're paying just enough to keep it open.
Right.
And you're
they
paying
take-
interest on top of that.
They pay interest and penalties. And I said to them, whoa, wait a minute. You told me to pay this or this. You didn't tell me that the difference I was going to get back.
What do you think? The rest of it's going to go away into the heavens
Well,
of the
what you
butterflies?
present it for? You tell me you pay this or you pay that. What you going to pay?
Well, it's like your credit card bill. Your balance is $10,000, or you can pay $35,000.
$35?
Yeah.
I said
Minimum payment.
But then you're gonna bang me out more interest for paying the 35.
Of course.
But why are you offering something that's punishing me?
Why does your credit card let you pay $35 instead of the $10,000
Why'd you give me the
charge?
credit card?
Well, that's a whole other story. Why they give you the
Here we
choice?
go.
Welcome to the
Well,
American
you
way.
gave me a choice. No, what you do is you set me up to make a bad choice.
Yes.
That ain't fair.
And
That just ain't fair.
we don't get educated in high school for this. You know, we
Absolutely not.
We mess our
Educated in high
credit
school,
up.
and I was past college with a degree and everything else, and I couldn't figure this thing out.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I figured the more credit cards, the better.
Yes, but
And
it's
then my
not.
dad said one day in college when I was out shopping at the falls, because I went to UM, he says, you know, I know what you do. I go, what do you mean you know what I do? He says, I get all the bills. He said, so you put a little bit on this one and a little bit on this one. They all still come to the house, so could you just stop doing that? And I said, but you gave me all the credit cards. You're right, we never learned this. It was just a fun game of let's pick a card, any card.
That's
Yeah.
Peter the Paul. Yeah, but the funny thing is, you know what the funniest thing is in this world? We go to a banking institution, and we give them our money.
Yep.
And they tell you can only take out X amount per day. My money, and I can't take it out. So if I need 1,000, you can only take out 500. My
Yeah.
money, okay. I'm giving them the right to use my money, and they give me no interest. They maybe 3 cents on the dollar, whatever it is. And then they put all of these other stipulations. So when I do a check by, you know, now the bank charges me $3 for every check. So I called up and I said, I'm taking my money out of this bank. This is ridiculous. To take the money out, they charge you. So
Yeah, the
this is
ATM
my
as well.
money. I don't get it.
The ATM charge you at least $250 and up in fees just to take your
What
money
is
out.
that? So you're going to charge me money for giving you money.
We should
You're gonna
open our
charge
own
me money
bank.
to get back?
We should have a bank.
The closet in the broom with slick with a bat is the same difference.
The Heights.
They only need insurance for $250,000.
It's like, you know, the Heights under the floorboards.
I'm just saying, we buy into a bad system and we make it worse because we believe a bad system is the only way.
Don't get her going.
She's right.
No, she said.
In that point, she's right. So, well, credit repair is long needed because we have made so many different deals as times. We're here and there. You know, they used to send you a credit card with the New York Knicks.
Yes.
So you get a free hat at 23% interest. I could buy you 10 hats when you use that credit card one time. This is like you have the cereal with the toy in there, and you tell your mom and dad, I want the toy, I want that toy. You ain't looking at the cereal. This is just bad programming, and we buy in every single day.
Yes, we
And
do.
then we got to clean up our mess. So we got to clean up our mess.
Actually,
To that point, I want to ask Wayne, you don't look at credit score, or do you when people are putting a plan in place?
No. No. It's if they stop paying, it's
see you later.
then their historic pricing is gone. And then if they want to reactivate their plan, then we do a new contract with the current pricing.
You know,
So
if I
that's-
don't pay you, I feel guilty. You know that, right?
You should.
You know that. I know the psychology of Wayne.
Doesn't it come right out of your bank account?
Yes, but every time it does, I go, ouch.
No.
Because, you know, every day I get one day older. And he's right, and I'm wrong. Don't you understand?
But
he's Vegas.
Thankfully,
And I'm the gambler.
thankfully you get up one day older every
Well,
day.
but the thing is that he's right. You can't argue with logic. He's right. Either you do the right way or you do it the other way. And he's right. Now, there's a couple of other things that I like that Wayne does. He adds on different opportunities for your widow, your kids, and everything else. Makes it a whole lot better.
And here's how you know it goes sideways in the ladies' world. When I sat here that night and I said, ladies, my plan is about one day at the hair salon with cut, color, and highlights. And my hairdresser was here. And they all went, really? Can I go where you go? Because I think I need that price. And I said, see, it's all how you rationalize what it is, whether it's whatever it is, and you think, all right, or it's a week of groceries. Well, and when you rationalize it out and see, all right, I can actually do that, it becomes much more manageable to say, yeah, I can do that. And that's part of the empowerment, at least what I try to share with all the ladies that we work with, is, yeah, you can do this. When you look at your cost of what you're doing, then you can.
Veronica, you deal with wills and estates, you were saying?
We do a little bit of the will and trust as well and the credit repair. So that was a good, a good way to add this, for our package deal. So I'm gonna start doing that for my customers as well.
When you go to your seminar tomorrow, I want you to walk around and ask all those $1 million producers that you told me about. Ask them a simple question.
Okay.
Ask them, do you give this to your clients?
Probably not, but
Probably
I will.
not. I will bet you $10 they're all going to say, what is that?
Exactly.
And then you're going to be, at the next conference, you're going to be a speaker. Because this is important stuff. I just lost my aunt, and I was telling them, Wayne came to help. She doesn't know anything about him. He had accounts. He had money he's put away in stock. He never shared it with her because he was the head of the house. And a book like this would have made life. I wish I had known you when my mom and dad were alive. You have no idea what I'm going through right now. It is tremendous.
I wish I knew you 6 years ago because my husband passed away. So I wish I had that.
And we give this to everybody. It's like, please fill this out and use pencil. And choose a day that's memorable every year and revisit this and update. Who do you want to be contacted? Update your credit cards, that. So it's up to date.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the families where they find this, or they know where it is, and we say, make sure you let your family know where this is. On that day when they look at this, it's so helpful.
It is. It's a game changer. And unless you go through it, you don't understand what that means. And God forbid, I hope you never have to go through it ever, which is impossible. But, and Veronica knows what I'm talking about. When you go through this thing, it changes perspective. Even on the colors around you, red is a different color, blue is a different color, especially the closer they are to you, the more meaningful it is. I mean, I understand the business aspect of it as well. You gotta be kind of silly to spend more money when you don't have to. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, but if he gives me 10% off, I'm taking it. If he gives me 20, I'm taking that too.
Yeah. The main motivator for people is think about their family, their loved ones, their spouse, their kid, especially their kids, thinking, okay, the day that I die, do I want to make that day a little bit easier?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually making a lot easier for the family. And once that's in place, then that sad day is always going to be sad, but it actually makes it almost a happy occasion where we're celebrating that person, celebrating their life, and there's not that tragedy or urgency about how am I going to pay for this, and just the tediousness of making all of those decisions when they've just lost their loved one.
Well, not ours, because we're going to have a parranda and piragua and the whole dancing thing.
Slicky got in his brain. Well, we got ready to kick off our Gubba weekend. So contact Wayne Henry, 561-654-9000, and contact Veronica Thibeau for more information on repairing your credit at 239-231-5541. She's over on this side for a little while, then she heads back over to Naples, but she can help anyone on the phone and virtually. Easy pricing, monthly, no contracts. You can do it, stop it, but at least get the information, get your credit back on track.
It doesn't cost you anything to have a conversation. So these two professionals can make your life a whole lot easier. So just keep your eye on the prize.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Ginetti's Vendetta with us. And Faith Washington in the house, ready to kick off his Gubba Weekend Slick? Yes, he's still talking to his secret hopper. How's that going? You're very busy over there. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we will be right back.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back.
You
I
know
gotta
th-
speak up.
You know how they say it's 5 o'clock someplace? We know it's 5 o'clock in England.
Are we going to England?
We could be in Manchester like we are on every Wednesday. Welcome back to our Gubba Rum Friday. We had Wayne Henry with us. We still have Veronica Thibeau with us on credit repair. And Steve Gubb is not with us today. He is recovering. So, Steve, we are thinking of you. But while you recover, we're going to drink on your behalf. So, a Gubba Rum Friday. And I don't know what is in your drink, Freddie, but I can smell it over here.
It is called a volcanic ash.
Really?
Yes, really.
Slick, I don't know what you put in that, but a volcanic ash.
You know, I like Slick because Slick, he plays along.
I don't know how Slick does it, honestly.
He's like on roller skates.
The mind of guys is like a whole nother level. I do not know how you do it.
Inside the mind of a man.
It gets scarier by the moment.
It does, and Slick is beginning to take it over. Dan will be here any minute, and then we're really over.
He is leading the guys, is all I can tell you. But I've met a new friend last Saturday night. I went over to Grapes Bistro and Wine Bar on Oakland Park and Federal Highway, which is owned by our good friend Lenore Nolan Ryan. We met Lenore during the pandemic. I reached out to her one day on a Sunday morning, and 5 minutes later I was on the phone with her, and the next day she was here catering food for everybody. She did an incredible job. She catered a Christmas party totally impromptu for our crew. We went down to shoot some film. I got to cook with her, which I don't cook. So luckily that the building is still there is a whole big thing. And we went to Grapes on Saturday night with some friends. It was very quiet, except for I met Ginetti. So it wasn't so quiet. The amazing music she is so incredible.
Ginetti is not quiet. She's a lot of things in life.
So she fills this room. She fills the restaurant with this incredible music and a voice that you could hear on any radio show, any serious radio you hear this voice and you go, wow, she is amazing. So I'm excited that we're going to be airing this again tonight on our 7 o'clock hour on WWNN, because how often do we get an incredible jazz musician all the way from Manhattan to join us?
And you notice she says, I may play, I may not play. I don't know. She was percolating.
Is it Manhattan or Manhattan?
Man, it is what
Do you pronounce the N or the N?
I don't pronounce that. It's a Manhattan.
Yeah, I know.
Manhattan.
Manhattan. And we've talked so much about jingles because we're doing all these great commercials.
Yes, she remembers jingles as a business.
So we're going to be talking
Fred,
jingles.
You know jingles as a business? You don't know jingles as a business either? Holy
Do you know jingles and commercials?
See, here we go. That was a jingle.
I still got Rosner's in my head.
Jingles you go to that say
That was the Jello. The Jello jingle.
The Jello jingle.
You're still here. Don't do that. You scared me. There's a crack here between the
Who's
art.
here?
Wayne.
Oh.
He snuck up back there. I swear to God, I almost
It's like
jumped out of
Danielle
the seat,
Bouchon who
man.
did that all day.
Don't do that.
So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. We got Faith Washington joining us. So let's kick this over to Ginetti and meet Miss Ginetti Vendetta. I love the name in itself. So Slick, we got to take her effects off so we can.
Slick, you're doing it again, Slick. Slick, you're doing it again, Slick.
Hey, testing everyone. I am Ginetti Vendetta, talking troubadour vocalist, composer, and band leader of the world-renowned band Ginetti's Vendetta. I am also considered a jazz ambassador.
She's got a great
She's
voice,
speaking.
right?
She does.
No,
I gotta.
she's getting feedback because of the seat.
Then we had to turn that one off.
Yeah, it's on.
So let me ask you a question. Why do they call you? Is that your last name, Vendetta?
No.
Why do they call you that?
Well, believe it or not, this name was bestowed upon me about 26 years ago. I had a neighbor across the street. I lived on West 11th Street by a dear friend, Eric Oxendine, who is Native American. And so when he said, Ginetti, Ginetti Vendetta might be a cool name for you. And I always give him props in every interview I do because he sort of bestowed that name upon me. I took it one step further and said Ginetti's Vendetta because I wanted a band behind me. So it was given to me by the fabulous bass player, Mr. Eric Oxendine.
So how long have you been carrying this name?
About 26 years now. So I've copywritten it. It's all, legal. Everything is,
And you copywritten the Vendetta name?
Well, I've trademarked the
Trademarked
Ginetti's
Really?
Vendetta. Well, because there's a bunch of folks out, and you never know. I mean, there's some other women. The only women who could use it, I guess someone named, Arnetta or...
Arnetta's Vendetta?
Vendetta has a different...
When she told me her name on Saturday night, that's what I said. And she said, no, she told me the whole story. I figured she grew up somewhere in your neck of the woods.
Not mine. Well, she lived where I went to college.
Yeah, I lived in the village. I kind of grew up, so I moved into Manhattan when I'm 17. I had just turned 17 because I graduated high school early. So basically, I kind of grew up, my formative adult years from like teenagehood on were in the village. That's where I basically grew up on my own, so.
Do you remember West 4th Street where they used to play basketball?
Heck yeah, I mean, that was a scene. Are
And do
you
you
kidding?
remember
Right.
when it started and it turned into a scene? And now, if you go there, it's a stadium.
What?
Yes, all the great basketball players from the Knicks go there. And I was a kid watching these guys jump over backboards and everything.
Oh
Wasn't it
yeah,
crazy?
that was the bomb. And I'd always be riding up 6th Avenue because there it was, that whole right near the McDonald's. Remember the McDonald's right around the corner?
We used to hang out there.
Yes, yes.
You
And
remember
that's
the
where.
guy with the piano that was missing all the parts?
Yep. I mean,
Underneath the tower?
there are characters from the village that have survived. You're absolutely right.
You see, I don't make it up.
I
No,
know.
he
When
doesn't
I
make
met
it up.
Gianetta, I knew she had to meet you because I knew this is exactly what you would love to do.
Oh, we used to play chess in the park.
Of course, Washington Square Park, which is getting a really bad rap now. They say there's all kind of shenanigans going on, but I got to tell you, I ran around that park for 25 years, and I knew all the drug dealers. They kind of stayed in one corner.
They left you alone.
The drug dealers, they used to make sales. And today, Mr. Poppy over here, he's carrying the sale. And every drug dealer had a day when they had drug sales. It was unbelievable.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was a scene. New York seemed a lot friendlier back in the day. I'm going back in Tuesday because I still have my apartment there, and I have gigs there, and I go back and forth. But
You still got an apartment in the village?
no, it's right in Chelsea now, beautiful
Oh,
Chelsea.
excusez-moi. Excusez-moi.
So-
In Chelsea.
In Chelsea, which is for you uninitiated, that's on 20th Street and 7th Avenue. That's a beautiful area. But last summer, we were sort of inundated with continual protests and marches, so it was sort of the eye of the hurricane, as it were, you know.
When did you end up in Florida?
I came down the end of August, because frankly, I was getting a little PTSD from all that, you know. And also my partner said, I'm leaving New York, Gianetta. I said, I'm going to help you move. And guess what? I fell in love. I've always loved Florida. I've known a lot of musicians down here from many years before because I did some tours down here. So I wanted to just kind of come back. And what's not to love about Florida? I mean, really, the weather, the
Hurricane.
trees. The hurricane, that's right.
Falling building. You want more?
Well, I don't know. New York's got its kind of stuff too.
Ain't no place like New York. You know,
No,
you
of course
leave it,
not.
but your heart. I've been down here 16, 17 years. And it's great. I'm glad you haven't lost your accent,
No,
which is great.
no, but also, Freddie, I still have my home in New York, and I don't want to give that up. I would
know
not,
what? I
in
feel
all
that.
honesty, want to be a full-time resident without getting my dose of New York, you know what I mean? So I have a foot in both camps, as it were.
My sister lives in the Heights.
Oh, that's beautiful.
No, it's not. But it's okay.
It is.
She lives in the
Well,
Heights.
now it is, according to...
Piragua.
But I'm going to tell you, they look at the Heights in the movies.
It's like a Broadway show now, right?
I got to tell you 2 words. My sister calls me and says, yeah, right.
Exactly.
It ain't like that up in the Heights.
No, it's
No
not
way.
really in all the triple parking, you know what I'm saying? God
Freddy's
forbid you gotta get
bodega.
out.
Oh my God. Triple parking.
God forbid you gotta get out. There's like 3 guys in front of you, and there's one narrow lane on Fort Washington to drive
You guys
by.
on the sidewalk. And then they put the garbage out. You can't get out.
And the pit
I
bulls.
was
But
the-
other than that,
I
you know
was
what I'm
the
saying?
third parking, by the way.
I'm happy I live downtown. I gotta be honest, because that merengue blasting at 4 in the morning up in the Heights.
You loved it though, right?
The magic.
I do not. I will not
Imagine
take
it's
credit
in
for
that
all
house,
that
I'm
money.
trying to sleep.
And they don't understand bodegas, you know.
Freddy's
Westernized.
Bodega.
They make fun with the bodegas and the numbers joined in the back of the bodegas and
Yeah.
where you got your stuff in the back of the bodegas and the
Yeah.
record joints, the record. We used to sell the records.
Yeah, man, long ago. And when we were kids, or when I was a late teenager, they used to sell loosies, which are loose cigarettes.
Wow, wow.
So that's back in the
25 cents.
Do you remember those too?
Lucy's?
Yeah.
Not me, Mom. I never did that, Mom.
Well,
Never did that.
But now I'm talking more, I'm trying to promote jazz, which I called America's greatest export and our own indigenous music. So that's what I do all around the world with the United States Embassy down here in Florida. I'm starting a whole new kind of jazz scene, I hope, and hiring some phenomenal musicians.
You have toured the world we spoke
Yes.
about. How many languages do you speak?
I am fairly fluent in Italian, Spanish, and French, and then I'm kind of conversant minimally in Eastern Arabic, and also there was a language, and a little bit of, various other languages that I learn when I'm going to the country. And Russian, for heaven's sake. I'm conversant in Russian.
You know, everyone that walked into this restaurant on Saturday night spoke a different language,
Yes.
and Ginetti conversed with every
That's
single
right.
one of them.
That's my job.
So that's
as-
when I
as a-
said, as I so politely scream across the restaurant grapes, how many languages do you speak?
Probably about 6.
And her vocabulary, I mean, words that I never even knew existed. Forget you.
I'm
a whole nother level.
convinced in English.
Yeah, I know. So forget. She's going to throw out words, and you're going to say, Faith, fact check
Spanish.
this.
She started
Oh, I
saying,
speak
"Hey,"
Spanish
And she
perfectly.
speaks Spanish. Says, I'm looking at the phone. Says, what the hell is going on here?
Meanwhile, the name that comes up on the phone isn't even mine, and I always tease people. They say, "Is Ginetti Vendetta your real name?" I say, "No," and you have no business with my government name. The only way you're going to get that is if you're writing a check or I'm paying taxes.
Well, what are you doing now with jazz? How are you growing? Because you're so incredibly talented.
Thank you so much, Dawn. I came down to Florida and found that jazz, as it were, was not quite as popular. Down here, specifically Fort Lauderdale, it's not really a jazz town. You know, you don't think of it as that. So I've made it my mission to be a jazz ambassador. And the girls at Blue Jean Blues have really given me that opportunity initially as a soloist, and I would play with some swinging backing tracks. And also in between each tune, I would announce the tune and the genesis of the tune, the recording, the artists, and sort of add sort of a jazz historical perspective. Now I'm getting, because of the budget growing larger and the fact that they realize jazz is pulling people in, I'm getting a larger budget, and I'm getting to use some of the top musicians in South Florida. And I told my partner, these guys down here are really on a par with the New York guys. Often New Yorkers think they're the be-all and the end-all, you know, but that's not true. I've traveled to many countries in the world, and I found really amazing jazz artists, and that's the beauty of jazz in any country, from Russia to the Middle East to Jamaica to Canada. Jazz musicians are really amazing and on the ball, and we're going after the same thing, which is to continue our legacy.
Well, you know, this is the 6th borough of Florida.
That's right. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of New Yorkers here.
And you realize the jazz musician, people that hang out in jazz clubs, and I'm being really serious here for a second, they have a different mental aspect.
That's
of life.
right. A different mentality.
And
You're
I
right.
can tell you
That's
something, the
absolutely-
IQ in these jazz clubs are tremendous. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking about walks of life of people, man, because I used to sit and listen, and I was amazed at some of the authors, the poets, people that, architects, they're just on a different planet.
A different level, that's right. And I always tell, you're absolutely right. There's almost a sort of an elevated kind of consciousness, as it were. You know what I mean, with jazz? Because jazz kind of makes you think. But I often tell club owners, I'm not playing that kind of jazz that makes you want to rob a liquor store, you know, like that really fast stuff. Because when I go in, I always start with some bossa nova. You know, you kind of want to ease folks into jazz. You don't want to scare them. And in 1965, Girl from Ipanema was the #1 popular. It was on the popular charts. It was the #1 single on the Billboard pop charts. So I often say, how did jazz get relegated really to the back of the bus? You know, so my job is to bring it to the forefront. And my dream is to have, well, me specifically, but a jazz star at one of the Super Bowl halftime shows. That is my dream, man, to have some real live musicians and a jazz act up there, specifically Ginetti Vendetta. Hello.
When they take the Super Bowl to New Orleans, you
That's
got a
right.
shot.
That's right.
You got a shot.
I got a shot.
How did you end up with the trumpet?
Well, when I started at the end of 3rd grade, they would come around and say, "What do you want to play?" And initially I said trombone, and my teacher said, "Your arms are too short."
You know, that's the smallest trumpet I've ever seen.
You know, it goes back to what we talked about last night, arts education and the arts initiative, and how it is so important
Very
to keep the
important.
arts in school, because that is 3rd grade. right? When you go around, I remember my kids when they were going to middle school, they went around and said, Aaron, my son played the bassoon.
Okay.
And my daughter played, I don't even remember what she played.
Bassoon?
A bassoon.
It's a weird instrument with a strange reed that you have to keep in your mouth for hours before the show.
A wind instrument. Why you asked bassoon? Because I was hoping, because I wanted him to, if he liked it, to be able to get a scholarship on a unique instrument.
That's
double,
correct.
It's a double reed instrument. So
A double what?
reed.
Very
How'd that
different.
work out for you?
He's an attorney. What can I tell
I
you?
wanted to play the sax.
You
I
did.
had braces. Bracelets. I had braces.
That's hard
They
to.
told me no.
Well,
They
because
made
of
me
the
play
arm.
the cello.
Cello?
The
No.
cello.
You're not a cello player. You're a sax player.
I wanted to play the jazz. So when I went to NYU and that cup that you had, and I took classes in music, and it was all about the jazz.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, you know what? It's never too late. I tell everybody, man. They always say, "Oh, I used to play trumpet." I say, "Take that bad boy out, grease up the valves, and get started again."
We got a trumpet.
You want to take us out to commercial break with it?
Yeah, you want to play a little something to take out the commercial?
I mean, you know, I'll just play. I mean,
You play whatever you got.
Awesome.
Very
All right, let's
nice.
take a quick commercial break. We're going to play one of Ginetti's tracks. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Say France. Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
When your property suffers from water, mold, fire, or biohazard, you need a professional remediation company that is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Rescue Clean 911 offer 24/7 emergency service with 1-hour response times now in your area. Water, mold, fire, biohazard. Call now 1-833-253-2699.
Handling the hard jobs with a soft touch.
Barbara Silver has inspired women worldwide for over 30 years with her artistic talents. With a combination of texture, color blocking, and sculpture, this creator of many beauty bestsellers has taken the world by storm with her passion for design and color. Barbara's eclectic style encompasses it all. Bold and brazen, subtle and calming. She is the most well known for her unconventional tools and techniques, including spinning, scraping, and sandpapering. Her textured surfaces and playful resin sculptures can be found in many tasteful private homes in Florida, Connecticut, and New York. Her miraculous compositions are exhibited at the Heart of Delray Gallery, as well as Boca Raton's The Gallery Lounge. For more information, Barbara Silver can be reached at 917-757-0447 or emailed at barbarasilvergallery@gmail.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Pretty great.
You can't travel around the world or live in New York City and be a hack.
And you've got some gigs lined up when you head back to New York next week.
I do. Thank you for mentioning it. I also have a gig at Grapes this Saturday.
What time are you there?
I'm there from 7 to 10, and then I'm at Blue Jean Blues on Sunday from 5 to 7 with a killing piano player, Mr. Brad Keller. And then I go back to New York on Tuesday. I'm doing a big Bastille Day show on Wednesday, which is that July 14th, the French, Bastille Day. And then the 16th, I'm doing a Jazz Foundation gig in the park. And, a bunch of gigs. 23rd, I'm at the Norwood Club in Manhattan, so.
When do you come back to Florida?
I will be back August 3rd, safe and sound, and then I'll be working from the 4th, at Twice Removed, and then the 6th, I'm back at Blue Jean Blues, the 7th, I'm back at Grapes, and blah, 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 blah. And if they want to check all my show dates, they can go, thank you for posting that so beautifully, JanettasVendetta.com. And you can also see videos and frequently asked questions as well. Like, how many bracelets do I have on?
I was going to say, you talk about doing a radio interview with bracelets, I was thinking he was going to scream at me going, how can you let her wear the bracelets? But you've managed the bracelets beautifully.
We can do a call to action. You know the exact number. Don't give it away. I'm thinking here we do the Jazz Club show. And when you come back, we put that whole
I want to
thing
introduce
together.
her to Mike because Mike
Crazy
has
Uncle
music
Mike.
all the time.
We should send you down to Crazy
While
Uncle
you're
Mike.
up here, actually.
But she's leaving.
Oh, she's going to be back in a couple
when
weeks.
You come back, but I got a few other ideas. I'm going to call Jack.
Yeah. The music segment.
I have some of the top musicians in South Florida. Really, it's amazing the talent that I have discovered down here, and who are so wonderful, and we play together really effortlessly, which is really a blessing.
Isn't Jesse Campo at Blue Jean Blues sometimes? So one of the artists we work with is also down there.
She sort of changes, and then she gets into Latin jazz. And,
oh, that sounds nice.
She's fantastic.
What does she play?
She's played all over.
The guitar.
She's played the guitar. She's
a guitar vocalist.
But I tell Jesse all the time, if you focus on one thing, it's easier to remember you by. If you're gonna bounce all over the place, it becomes hard. But she's great when it comes to old songs.
Beautiful, like classic standards, you mean?
Yeah.
And you also do classic standards.
Yes.
A lot of what you did Saturday night was requests. So she did Frank Sinatra, and then I knew your favorite, Fly Me to the Moon. Nope.
Oh,
and then
classic.
she did Fly Me to the Moon. I thought, she's got to come on the show.
Well, the bottom line here is that you also write your original music.
Yes, I do.
And the trend right now is original first and classics follow. But original is what they need. There is a lack of original music right now. Now that window is going to shut down very quickly when the super duper artists jump back into the tracks because they're tired of being home and they're already in the studio and in production.
That's correct.
But your window is now
That's
to
right.
get that out there, and all of a sudden, what you attach to it is what's vital. So you do a club, we put a club scene together, you do that ladies' night thing via club.
There's so many things.
You could play her music on tracks, or you could have her in studio, whatever it is that it goes, and you watch what happens.
You know, it's nothing like going out for dinner as people get back into the world. And we did, why I loved Grapes so much is because I'm going back out a little bit.
A little bit.
And that is the perfect way to go back out. It's an intimate restaurant. You've been there.
I love it.
The food is
you're gonna see me
incredible. You can get back, you have delicious food, incredible wine. They have service is impeccable. And then to hear music, you know, when you're sitting at a table with another couple and there's no music, you think, gosh, I just got to talk to these people all night.
All night long.
All night long.
What did you go down there
And all
with?
night. You know my friends who we go out with.
Well, now they're seeing this, and they're like, we're no longer friends.
Well, he loved, well, you know, he loved jazz. I never knew that he actually was a jazz musician back in college and we've known them for 25 years.
Isn't that amazing that that particular characteristic, in fact, came out because there was some jazz in the room?
I had no idea until he just kept going to his wallet and more money, and then he'd get up and more money, and he said he loved being there so much. And that's what I love about the arts and getting people back out is, you know, when it really resonates, people want to support what you've done because your industry definitely got hit, and hospitality got hit so hard last year.
Horrible, man. When we got hit, I was in New York City. As I said, I'm a New Yorker. Actually, I came home on March 20th, right from Mexico. All 7 of my gigs got canceled. I was down in Guadalajara. But anyway, so all my gigs got canceled. I came in on March 20th, right before President Trump shut the borders on the 21st. And from that day on, the 21st on, I started my live stream, Cool Jazz, live from New York City. And I maintained that for over a year.
Wow.
But for the first 6 months, it was essential both to my mental health, because I was not working and I was stuck in my apartment, and to hundreds and hundreds of other fans around the world who every single day would tune in to my educational and sort of shenanigans, you know what I mean, musical shenanigans, and sort of just uplifting. I never talked about anything that was going on. I would only say, so happy we have an online community. So that kind of kept me going because, as you said, we were massively impacted by the pandemic. All of my musicians, I went back for a show on Mother's Day in Manhattan, and I saw a lot of my musicians, and they looked, this was one of their first forays out. They looked a little bedraggled and kind of beaten down because it's been a tough 18 months for all musicians, both in New York City and around the world. So now for us to be coming back out is really, it's just a celebration once again.
It is. You got to hit it big and hard and bring music back, because nothing,
That's
you
right.
talk about this all the time when we're here, nothing brings people together and you forget everything. Race, problems,
That's
gender, finances. It's the great leveling ground, this great equalizer, and people just love it. Things you never knew about people until you sit and listen to music. And all these years, I never knew he was such a jazz music advocate. Not even just music, jazz.
It's beautiful. And it's not for everyone, which is why I do a little bossa nova, because who doesn't love a bossa nova? Come on now. Bossa nova calls to mind drinking on a beach. Bossa nova calls up, you know, my vacation in Jamaica. I'm sitting by the pool. I'm listening to some beautiful bossa nova, or down in Brazil. So I just feel that music, like that kind of music, and that's a more palatable way to kind of get folks into jazz, starting with that sort of lovely, easy, kind of groovy sound. And I'm really lucky to be playing with amazing musicians again, because playing alone is challenging.
Does your partner over here play?
Oh no, thank goodness, he's in real estate. Are you kidding?
But he's a great support system.
Well, it's funny because you're never alone when you do jazz. We used to hang out in Manhattan on Saturday nights, and anything bad that happened during the week melted away for those few hours, and that
It
has
does,
never
right?
changed. And it's funny because Dawn used to say to us when this whole thing started, we closed the doors on the 12th on outside production, but we never closed.
No.
And the theme here is you got to keep going, and you got to keep going, and you are the perfect example of keeping going, and it's going to pay you handsomely. It's going to
Thank
come
you.
back, and you're going, you know, you become the poster child to keep on going. You made your adjustments. And that's what it's all about. That's the lesson learned in this whole thing.
That's exactly right. And a lot of my friends in Manhattan, a lot of musicians who were holed up and getting depressed and more crazy would say, Ginetti, thank you, man. And they started their own live streams. Why? Because I was out there and I kept encouraging each and every one of them, get your butts in front of a camera. Everyone got an iPhone or something, and show your talents. Because musicians, without being appreciated, we kind of shrivel up. You know what I mean? We live on being acknowledged,
Right.
and for that not to be available in an audience, you know, we had to do it virtually, which was very difficult, you know, and virtual festivals didn't have the same oomph, you know what I mean? That didn't go over
But
as well.
musicians are like racehorses. If you don't race them,
Thank you.
they get depressed.
I
and-
love that
and don't run.
analogy. And you
And
know
the
what they call
musician has
that?
to play.
That's right. In the racehorse business, they call it barn sour. The horses
right.
get barn sour. That's a great analogy. Yup.
It's funny, I used to tell Slick, if you don't sing, are you still a singer? I mean, think about it.
See?
Think about it.
Six, like you're singing?
Singer, but you need to
So
Look at
now
him.
he sings. And he don't matter if he sings good, bad, or indifferent. He just sings, which is the way it should be.
That's right.
Don't get caught up in the minus,
No?
right? Stand up for yourself and do the positives and watch what happens.
But also, may I say one more thing? I had a friend, Mickey Bass, a great bass player, still kicking it in Manhattan. He would always say, if you take care of music, it will take care of you. I don't do free shows because why? I have over 30 years of experience, and I will do a show. Maybe I might not get paid, but I'll pay my guys, because every opportunity is an opportunity for making money or creating more opportunities. But again, you cannot sell yourself short as a professional either. And sometimes that's a problem in Manhattan. All the kids from the music school, like Mannes School of Music or NYU or Juilliard, they want to come out and do gigs for like $25. I'm like, I tell all the club owners, well, it's going to sound like students. You know what I mean? So I'm a big believer in us getting paid for our magnificent talents. And I had another friend who used to say, a lot of venue owners or promoters will say, oh, but it's exposure. And my friend used to say, yeah, but you can die of exposure.
True that.
I love that line,
you know
right?
your
True
worth.
that, man.
You know, the bottom line here is you know the business side to music. And it's very difficult for people to understand the music side to business. And it's a lesson to be learned, and it doesn't happen overnight. And she understands it, and that's the difference. Because you will make you better, and everybody around you even better than that. So
Thank you.
You know, my good friend
Thank you
JC
so much.
Dreesen, she was back at Arts Garage. Her first live concert 2 weeks ago we got to go see in 18 months. And that was tremendous to
And
get
she's
back out
She's
there.
been here for years, and it's JC's turn because she is great.
Who are we
at what she
talking
does.
about?
JC Dreesen.
Oh, good. I'm
She's
looking forward
great.
to meeting her.
She's great, but you know,
Definitely
I
have to introduce you.
I have something happening hopefully next week. We got some meetings to go to. We're going to do yours virtually because there's some people I want you to meet. I'm
Super.
excited about this whole thing because you know something? Who knows where it's going to go?
That's right.
But if you don't take a shot, you don't score, right?
That's exactly right.
How
You
we
got to
ended
be
up
in it
here.
to win it, as they say in our New York lottery.
That's right.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come
Thank
back,
you so much, you guys.
more with jazz musician and our Guppa Room Friday. So stay tuned. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back. And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
AMP2 TV and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, non-stop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2 TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
What? That is Ginetti Vendetta, all the way from Chelsea, Manhattan, joining us on the sets today, which is incredible. You can check out all of her information, her gigs, all the questions, how many bracelets does she wear on Ginetti'sVendetta.com. Check it out, and thank you to WNN again for all that you do for airing our shows. And that would be Slick getting ready to sing. No, not so much. Nice job, Slick. That was Slick warming up his vocal cords. Ginetti, thank you so much. She'll be appearing Saturday night, tomorrow night at Grapes Bistro and Wine Bar in Oakland Park and Federal Highway. So definitely head on over and listen to her play. What time until 10? 7 to 10. And tell Dana, or Lenore won't be there, but Dana will. Bet you heard it on the Brooklyn Cafe.
I'm going to go down there. I'm going to do a shout out. I'm going to go down there. 7 o'clock, you said, right?
Definitely check it out. You know, they've got that great antipasta board, the great cheese board, beautiful wines. Well, of course you're going to want to eat. Slick's letting you off at Tortuga.
Music and a little tequila, and you're good to go.
Thank you. Oh, you want to get pictures? Sure, we can do pictures. There you go.
This is so funny.
I love that.
I understand pictures.
Thank you so much.
She wants another one. She ain't had enough yet.
I know, incredible. You never know who you're going to meet when you go out for dinner in this little tiny world.
And when you
and we're doing pictures as we do it. There you go.
And when you come
Amazing.
back, I want to do a set in here with your band. We'll put you up here, and let's see if we can bring some people in here, and let's have some fun.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh,
It
I
has
have
been a
such
pleasure.
an idea.
Tom, best of luck with you, and we look forward to seeing you guys when you come back. Faith Washington, our friend, wants to head over there also.
Oh, I have an idea.
What a surprise.
We're going to put them up here. We're going to have them sit. We'll do a corner thing over there.
Clean up all the equipment and definitely open it up. Let's do a
love
little jazz night here.
Not enough space? I'll open up the roof.
You can fill the room.
I'm going to fill
Yeah.
up the parking lot.
What you got over here? Oh, thank you. She brought us some posters also. It kind of goes right along with the wine picture.
I'm going to
and-
put the poster in the bathroom, right, so I can watch her and think of the jazz.
You like jazz?
I love jazz. I love jazz, but you can't. She's saying what she's saying is right. Jazz is changing down here, but I used to hang out at jazz bars all the time. I went 4 years that way, 3 years, whatever.
There's nothing like hanging out right in the village, listening to some music.
The village was a wild ride.
Puts everything, just puts it all into perspective.
Now we have a new announcement. We are doing the elements today to the Faith Washington show, which is coming back online. And we finally got her in here with tires and cars exploding and everything else.
What happened to your car?
She had to buy tires.
Oh. Just a tire.
So we're going to be bringing Faith back online and doing some stuff on the other side of the moon. All I can tell you is, now the other thing I'm excited about, I had to sort of make a deal with her because I want her to do the new dating game. And I'm working
Let's put up a
on-
two-shot. Let's put Faith on, guys.
I'm working on having that happen.
Thank you.
And they have given me different scenarios for the dating game, Faith.
I got to hear this
Got in contact with
before
me
I
because
agree.
They want to do their own type of dating game. You know what that's all about. What are you holding your hat for? There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm waiting for that disclaimer.
There is nothing
That little
wrong
ticker
with that.
tape.
That's a legitimate business.
Yes, it is, 100%.
And they are all in right.
But I don't think we can combine them. I think it has to be
You can-
one
no,
or
it's
the
gonna
other.
be, they want their own. They
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to do their own.
That would be a great idea.
That's what I just said.
That would be a great idea. Their own.
And also, there are some clubs that want to. Why are you laughing? There are some clubs that want to carry the deal, and that's all going to be incorporated with the Faith Washington show, which you want to bring businesses back as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And creativity. You know, just like we've witnessed with Ginetti today, I think that that's a really huge part of moving forward into what's coming is not just the 9-to-5 grind or a business where you're just not having fun and not enjoying yourself. There needs to be your core creativity. It has to come out. It isn't just to make money. It's about doing what you love and loving what you do. So I want to bring that flavor to my show. So it's not just pure business and this is what we do and this is how we do it. I don't want to do that. I want to shake it up. I want it to be something more profound.
There would be no
Something-
one better to shake it up than you.
Yeah, baby, that's it. Controversial? You
Yeah,
bet.
that too.
Well, you know, the fun, we can keep that to the side. But the funny thing is that we did a show last Tuesday that is getting a lot of run. And now I have to make a phone call after the show because this has its own life. And these are entrepreneurs out in the arena and coming forward and creating this craziness that's happening in Tampa. And now the radio station just told us the craziness from Tuesday night is happening here. In my pocket, I have people that want to join this whole thing. So I'm thinking about how to combine that, how to combine a whole bunch of stuff, musicians, credit repair, the whole nine, and give them not only that business back to deal. I want to create a stage where we can get some entertainment as well, and entertain people as well, and put the word out. You know, we're here to help you. You know, it's funny. Nobody believes what we do is to help them. They think it's our angle, and that isn't the deal. And you know this better than me.
Yeah.
That's so not the heart of you two. It has never been that. It's always been to help the community. I've never once ever thought or questioned that you are there for anything other than to help people. because that's all I've seen you do with your interns, your employees, everyone. It's just, it's your natural state.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there are people who are, they're not calling us for the Comcast commercials, friends of mine, because I've been doing this for 15 years, who are paying the normal rate instead of coming to me and experimenting whether or not this is the venue they want to use. They would rather pay the number than my number because it's too good to be true. Are you serious? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to help you here. I'm being as honest and as transparent, is that the word, as I can possibly be. You know, Veronica comes over, she can help you in 100 different ways. But you gotta make the call, man.
You got to take the first step. We've got a ton of resources from kids and teens to our millennials, mental health shows. We've had another meeting coming in today at 2 o'clock for that, Florida Love Show. Everything that we do is to share information, hopefully empower everyone else to do what they want to do.
Wait till you see my 9-year-old side hustle interview.
She was here today. Did you see her today helping me set the
she
set?
She was helping, when you left her, she helped me. Wait till you meet the 9-year-old and she says to me, I got this. She says, move to the side, I got this. She can sit here. She says, I want to sit in your seat and I'm gonna give her that shot. Just be real. Understand, we ain't here to take advantage, we're here to help. We want to get businesses back because it helps everybody.
Yeah, getting busy. Right now, businesses are on a different level of what's going on. And now I hear that this Delta variant, people are getting sick again. So whatever you need to do, just be careful, be safe, and be kind to each other. That is ultimately what we have to do.
Wash your hands, you know. Well, I was going to say something else. Clean, 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 clean. Do what you got to do, but stay on point.
Sanitize everything.
I got to tell you, I got a new prop coming. My sister is away, and she found a new car. So you know how I have my Dawn doll in Studio A? It's a Dawn car. It is a pink convertible.
It's beautiful.
I don't know how big it is. It could be the size of this table with my name, with Dawn all over it. So I guess because we were on air, I didn't answer her in time. So she said, forget it, I bought it for you. Happy birthday. So we have a new prop coming on set.
Your birthday's coming up?
When yours does, yes.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely
Oh,
not.
you
No,
and me.
no, no,
you
no.
and me, baby.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped at the gate. I didn't pay the $200.
Oh, we're not going to that next birthday? I know. I was going to say I was going to be 45. I'm off a decade.
She doesn't know how old she is. She has no birth certificate.
Can you believe I was just going to say I was going to be 45?
You probably are.
55.
Don't worry
I can't
about
believe
it.
that actually just came out of my mouth. That's
The next one for
crazy.
me is the 607.
I know. But gratefully, we're going to be approaching that. So we'll have an early birthday celebration in July. But I'm glad that the Faith Washington show is coming back.
Me too.
It's been a long time.
Overdue, yes.
Yeah,
Long
definitely.
overdue.
Yeah.
And
Lots
you know
of fun.
something? They're gonna have to. A lot of apologies are gonna come your way. Just
For
mark
what?
My word. Because a lot of people
For
didn't think Faith was gonna come back, and she's coming back.
But putting businesses back on track, and like Veronica, it's not easy. You didn't always do credit repair, or did you?
No, I done a little bit of everything. Pure Romance, I done Thrive, I done a whole bunch of other stuff.
Why this, Veronica?
I like to help people, and I like to, build relationships. I like to, see them, meet them in person, stuff like that. And I want to help people be able to accomplish their goal of buying a house, a car, anything.
I see that you did some stuff on Facebook. A lady standing in front of a brand new car, and you helped to get there, right?
Yes, we do. We
See,
help
that's the
people
name of the
get
game
there.
right there.
You know, it's a great feeling when you walk in, and I went last week, because right now there's a shortage of cars, period. So I went last week to get a new car because they were taking gently used cars, I guess. And it's another empowering feeling, like I say all the time, when they pull up your credit score and you get it in your name. You don't need a cosigner any which way, no questions asked. What phone number, what, can you sign these documents?
Yes.
You don't have to think twice. So it's an empowering feeling to know.
A beautiful feeling.
Yep, when your credit is where it needs to be. Now, because there's a small delay on cars. I still don't have the car, but they've got all these workarounds.
Yeah, but you got there.
But I got to that point when the car gets from the port, I will have a new car. And I didn't need anyone to co-sign it. And it goes back to women in business and fixing your credit, whatever you need to do to know that, you know what, you can do this.
Here are two more people to put into the women empowerment.
And I talked to Marissa last night about this. she says, well, you must know what your platform is. I said, my platform is always paying back the gift that you gave me 5 years ago. And I told you that 5 years ago is to give everyone a chance to empower themselves, to believe in themselves, and truly walk the walk. And it's got to feel good in your gut. And if someone comes to you, and Alana was saying, because her platform is so about the arts and representing Miss America organization, she can't represent certain energy drinks, or she wouldn't represent something that doesn't hold true to her soul. You got to do what works for you. Be authentically transparent, as you say. What holds true to your soul, represent. If it doesn't, then that's good for somebody else's soul.
Well, we have not always taken everything that people have brought to us, because if it doesn't work, or we don't think it works, in our opinion, we don't put it on.
Remember we talked about the coffee line, and a coffee company came, and you and I said, I can't represent chemicals as the person that I am. So we've got our amazing organic coffee line that's brought to you by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. It is all organic. It is 100% certified Arabica beans, and it's true coffee.
That's right. And listen, if you need a host, or you need art, or you need whatever you need, let us know, because you're probably going to find it here. Now, I know everybody around us is opening up. Everybody's acting like, hey, we're back and this and that. Well, we've been here. And it's here that you're going to find the answer. And if we don't have the answer, we make the answer. So all these shows that are coming your way.
I guess you got that email.
All the shows that are coming your way, believe it or not, it ain't too good to be true. It's been here for the last year and a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
It's been here for the 18 months. And the sooner you get to the hip to the deal, the sooner you're going to learn you too count.
Absolutely.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
We're going to do Fate's Elements. I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited about the credit repair. And I want to touch, while we have time, Veronica, on this forgiveness of student loans.
Okay.
Oh yeah, everybody's
everyone's
asking,
like,
where
what do
this
you mean?
thing
Is it
goes?
college? Is it graduate school? What does it entail?
It's every school. Like I used to be a student at Sun State Academy back in Fort Myers, and I've been getting calls all the time for my student loans to be forgiven all the time. Like, oh, you need to call this number, do this application. We're gonna work with you, and we're gonna delete it from your credit, and we're gonna delete it from your that even exists. So you have to call the number, but our credit repair business too, we remove those student loans as well, not just the financial aid loan, student loans part. But you can call them and see. But I know for what I heard, a lot of people don't talk about it in the news about student loan forgiveness because they don't want to talk about that. But it's, for what I've been reading, Biden is trying to pass that you don't have to pay the debt no more. So hopefully I'm going to keep an eye on it and come back with it. Hopefully I can come back and talk to you more about it. But I know for what I read and what I saw is that you'll be able to, you don't have to worry about paying the debt no more.
And what's the best way for people to contact you?
It will be my phone number, 239-231-5541.
Fantastic. Well, ready to rock and roll your Gubba weekend?
Gubba weekend is here. I got places to go. I'm going down to Grapes on Saturday.
You should.
I got to go to the radio station tomorrow at 9 o'clock to see about that other business with the TVs.
You're going to meet with RK?
No, but I'll call RK, see if he wants to meet. But I got to meet with the
Don? Oh, with Lewis.
With Lewis.
Okay.
And I have some other ideas that I want to put. I got some meetings next week with Jack for our musicians. I have no idea where that's going to go. But from what I'm seeing, the contacts he's making are tremendous. So.
And WNN, again, looks spectacular. Nice job to you and the crew.
No, not to me, to these guys.
It looks really, really nice. And thank you again to Jody and everything that you have given us, all the opportunities to share our shows and all our productions on WWNN evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. More to come on our kids station. Hopefully we'll be expanding on Saturdays as well.
That's right. You got that email today. Was it good? From her mom?
Yes. Yes, I'm thinking, what email did I not see? Yes, she was
All
very
those kids?
excited about doing that. So a lot of great things happening. And Alana, Miss St. Pete, I mean, what a great role model that is. Miss America organization, so much on scholarship and women empowerment for all ages. So get ready to get your Gubba weekend on. You can get your Gubba rum locally at Boca Liquors, so Gubba Gold and Gubba Silver. Steve, wishing you a speedy, speedy recovery. We really miss you. So best of luck. Heal quickly because we need to have you back on our Gubba Fridays. Have a great weekend, everyone. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't miss Monday's show. We got some new stuff coming out. Don't miss it. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could fly